Howdy Cowboys, how to apply to a CSU. So first of all, you're going to Google Cal State Apply, and here's the website that you'll see. It should look something like this, and then you're going to select term fall 2020. This was last year's video, so they did fall 2019. You'll select fall 2020 and click apply and create an account. You see it down there, and you're going to fill out just your general information. So I'm using Joe Cowboy as an example, but you're gonna go based off what your legal document says. So your birth certificate. Don't be putting your nickname, put your actual name, and use a personal email. You have a school email. Your school email will, once you graduate, disappear. So make sure you create your personal email, either Yahoo, Gmail, whatever you prefer, and use that here. Alright, I'm looking for my email. Then you're going to go ahead and confirm it in the bottom. Your phone number. Put your actual phone number so that you can see if you put a fake number, it doesn't work. And then create your username and password. Very important. Either take a screenshot of this or put it down on your phone, save it somewhere, because you're going to need it to be able to log in again if you don't get to finish it. Say you start the application, but you get tired, you want to go back to it. This is how you're going to log back into the account. So please save it. It's hard to recover it. So just put it on your phone, put it somewhere where you know you're going to have it, your username and password. Like I said, use your real number. As you can see here, I was struggling to move on because I didn't use my actual number. And I can't find USA. It's all the way at the top. So you guys will be selecting first bachelor's degree, graduating high school, senior. And then it asks you a follow-up question. So if you've taken a class at Heart now, you would select yes. For this example, I put no, but some of our students do take classes at Hartnell. That's where you select yes, because then later you'll be able to add the classes that you've taken at Hartnell. So that was the general information, and now once you complete that general info, you'll be able to start the actual application. So here you're going to select the campuses that you're interested in. So all the CSUs are in that drop down menu. So for example, I selected San Jose State, term is fall, and sources campus. And then in the bottom is all the majors that they have at San Jose State. So whichever major you're interested in applying. Art, behavioral science. Um, for this example, I selected behavioral science. And then some schools will let you select an alternative program. For example, San Jose State is one of these cases. It's kind of like your backup. So a lot of our students select nursing, and then the alternative is a bio major. Now, every CSU campus will have that option, but there is some that do let you select an alternative program. San Jose State's one of them. All right, so you saw the four quadrants. I started with the personal information. Make sure you read everything. By you selecting means that you're signing and you're agreeing to. Here you put your date of birth. I was born in 1920, September 2nd. And make sure you put the correct birth date. Read through the questions, answer them as if they apply to you or they don't. Emancipated minor, if you don't know what that means, most likely you're not. But it's basically somebody that was um, separated from their parents and are kind of living on their own. Um, you had to go through a court process, so if you don't know what that means, most likely you're not an emancipated minor. Now, the California State Student ID, that information is on your transcript. Make sure you have a copy of your transcript. It's located on the top left hand corner It's like a 9-digit, 10-digit number. If you don't have a copy of the transcript, just go to the counseling office, talk to your counselor, and we can get you one. All right, more general information. If you're a US citizen or if you're a resident. So there, you're gonna say you claim California residency because you live in California, and if you live here since your birthday, if you haven't, then you would just select the date that you started living in California. More general information. I'm Spaniard, so that's what I selected. Let's see, what else? Race. Parents information. Again, same question that you just answered, but for your parents. And I'm skipping through some of the sections, but it's just general information. I'm not going to fill it all out. Your social security number. And please make sure to double check that you put the right social security number, as because if you miss one number or don't put the right social security number, it's not going to be able to match later. So it's going to be some conflicts and it's hard to fix. So make sure you just get it right the first time. If you don't have your social security when you're starting the application, just leave it blank, but don't forget to go back and put your social security number. Very important. More general questions. If you live with your parents, you're going to classify yourself as dependent. Household, how many people are living. And this is a section that you can do with your parents, because it is going to ask what their gross income is. And you might not know that information. But they will. They'll have their taxes and they can get all that information from there. Alright, so that was the first quadrant. There's 4 quadrants. Moving on to the next quadrant, high school. So here you're going to put the high schools you attended, if you attended multiple. Very important here that you select the drop down. So see right there where I typed in Salinas and the drop down came down, make sure you're selecting the drop down. Because if you don't select it and just type in Salinas High School or Salinas, later on, it doesn't let you select certain classes um, in a drop down menu. So please type in a little bit Salinas and then you choose the drop down. You're going to put the dates you attended. And when you're graduating, May 2020 for you all. And we are a semester term type. And you say the school. If you went to multiple schools, you can add more than one. In this example, I'm just going to put Salinas High School diploma, and when you're expected to graduate, May 2020. So notice how it's taking a while. Um, please apply with time. Don't wait till the last minute during Thanksgiving break, because this is what I did, and the um, website was taking forever, and sometimes the website crashes. So please make sure you're doing this ahead of time, not waiting till the last minute like I did, because it takes a very long time, as you can tell. Alright, here we go. So this is where you're going to put the classes you've taken. So you select the grade level like I did there, the year. So freshman year was 2014 to 2015. And if you make a mistake, like I added the wrong year, you can go back and edit it. So for example, it's supposed to be 2015 August to 2019. My fault. You save it again, no big deal. Save and continue, and then you can go back to the coursework, select the grade level, freshman year, high school, and then the year. So 2015, 2016, that's when I was a freshman. And then when you press the green check mark, it saves it, and then it lets you start adding the classes that you took your freshman year. So for example, I'm going to type in English, and you see how it drops down and it lets you select which English you took. So English 1, 2, select the course type that was in an AP class or honors or advanced, the grade you got for the fall and the spring, and then you press the green check mark to save it. Again, please select the course that drops down, and if it doesn't appear, um, mo most classes should appear. So if it doesn't appear, just type it as you see it on your transcript. Alright, so then you're gonna go in through and do that for all your classes. So you fill out all your ninth grade classes, all your 10th grade classes, your 11th grade classes, and then right now I want to get to the senior year. I'll show you what you had to do for your senior year since you're currently taking those classes. So once you're done with the freshman year, you can add another grade level, so your 10th grade. Select the year you're a 10th grader, and again, green check mark to save it, and then type in the courses that you took your 10th grade. So sometimes you do have to type a little bit more. So if you just type math, the class doesn't show, but if you type in mathematics, it does. Same thing with English. World history. Make sure you're selecting the right world history. So you can see there is another world history. It said Edmonton. That's not the right course unless you took Plato. Again, the grade level. Don't forget to change the year. Press the green check mark to save it. So U.S. history comes up U, and you have to put a period, and then it shows up. If you just type in U.S., it doesn't appear. So make sure you put the period. Same thing with AP U.S. history. And it automatically selects the course type as advanced placement. Math 3 or Math 3 honors if you took the Math 3 honors class. Your grades, green check mark to save it. So as you can tell there, I was looking for AP English, and it wouldn't come up as AP English. So you had to type in language, and juniors, if you took an AP English class, it's AP language. So just type in LA and it comes drop in the drop down area. Culinary, if you took culinary, if you took the advanced culinary, the ROP class, like I said before, most classes show up in the drop down area as soon as you just type in the first couple letters. So now moving on to senior year. So senior year is going to be a little different. Since you're currently taking those classes, you don't have a grade yet. So what you're going to do is, so for example, government or AP government. They're both there, as you can see. Use government and AP government. For this example, we'll select government. So for fall, if you're currently in the class, you'll type in progress and then no grade, because government is one of those semester classes, right? And then econ, you would select planned for the spring and no grade for the fall if you're going to take econ in the spring. And if you're in AP econ, then it's AP macroeconomics. And same thing, if you're taking it in the spring, for fall you select no grade, and then in the spring you select plan. And if you're currently taking that class right now, you select plan for the spring and in progress for the fall because you're currently taking. So CSU expository reading, that's English 12. If you type in English 12, it won't come up, so you do have to type in CSU. Math analysis is there if you're taking math analysis. Again, in progress, and then plan for the spring. Then you can save and continue. And here's the A through G subjects. So mine, obviously I didn't complete the whole thing, but you should all have 4 years of English. You should have 2.5 years of social science, of world history, U.S. history, and then it gives you credit for government. And then econ is a G elective. And you can double check to make sure every class it's going in the right section. So for example, math, category C, government, category A as a social science, econ is a G elective, AP econ is a G elective, English falls under the B, math under the C, so you can check and make sure those are all right. So moving on to your standardized test. So the ACT or if you took the SAT. So you're selected if you've taken it, which for the most part everybody should. You'll type in your College Board ID, and to get the College Board ID, you log into College Board, and then you put your scores, and then save the test. So now if you wanted to add another test, since you took the SAT twice, or you haven't taken it but you plan to take it, then you select the date that you're going to take it. Same thing for the AP test. So if you're going to take an AP exam in the spring, select which one. Select the date that you're going to take it, and if you don't have the dates, just go to Google AP test dates and you'll be able to find when the tests are going to be happening. And if you took an AP test already, like your junior year, there's where you would put the score. EOP, Educational Opportunity Program, gives you a little explanation of what that is. If you wish to apply, go ahead and press yes, and then it's going to ask you for a certain amount of questions. It's a great program, especially for those students, first generation college students. Definitely recommend it. Um, that's going to give you, if you do wish to apply, it's going to give you another little quadrant, and it's more general information that you'll have to fill out. Some questions, or you can select not applying to EOP, and then it just skips you through the whole um, recommendations and all that. If you have more questions about EOP, just go ahead and talk to your counselor. So when you've completed a quadrant, it has a little check mark. When it's not completed, it shows the green bar of how much you still have left. Um, so for example, you can go back and select another school if you forgot to add a school. Say you at first, when you first started application, you only selected Fresno State, but you also wanted to apply to Cal Poly. You can always go back and add as many schools and programs as you want. Again, alternate program. If you're thinking of ag business for Cal Poly, but then you want to select an alternate program like architect, you can. Then, when you go on the top and you select submit, once you're done with the whole application, you're ready to submit, it shows you on there how many schools you have, and you can actually delete or add more schools. It tells you the fee. Each application is about $55. Um, so please really think about the schools that you're thinking of applying, um, and how many. You can delete a school if you wanted to. Change your mind. Never mind. Don't want to do San Jose State. I only want to apply to Cal Poly. Now there, if you go to my profile, You can go back and edit if you missed something. So this extended profile, if you forgot that you took a Heart Now class and you want to save the change, you can just go to my profile, extended profile, and you can add that you did take a Heart Now class in case you forgot at the beginning when you first started the application. You go to colleges attended, add a college, and then you would type in Heart Now or whichever MPC, Cabrillo, whichever class, Heart community college um, you went to. Again, please wait for the drop down. Very important. Don't just go ahead and type Cornell College. Choose the drop down, um, or MPC, Cabrillo, whichever one, but make sure you choose the drop down. And similar to how you were filling your high school classes, you would select the semester that you took, um, the class. Again, the website was super slow. And like I said, it's because I waited till the last minute, so don't do that. Apply early. The earlier the better. Don't want the website crashing or being super glitchy. So there you select the term. So for example, if you took a summer class, you select summer when you took it from July to um, August, or if you took a class in the fall, then you would save it. Make sure you put the right dates. I was just messing around, so it didn't let me save. Super slow. Okay, there we go. If you wait till the last minute, this is what's going to be happening to you. Taking forever to load and freaking out because things are not appearing. Here we go. Alright, so there you see Harnell College is on there. Um, and the dates that you took a course. So again, it wasn't appearing for me because the computer was being super slow, but there is a section in the bottom where you can add your classes that you took at Hartnell, the transcript entry. It's just taking forever. So I'm gonna get something to eat. Be right back. Okay, here we go. So if you took a summer class, select summer, the year that you took it, and you're gonna go ahead and select freshman because you took your freshman year. And there you should have a copy of your Hartnell transcript so you can see the code or the class that you took. So if you took health, the code is HED2, health, 3 credits, and you can add different courses that you've taken. But make sure you're adding the right course code. If you don't have your transcript from Hartnell, make sure you get it. Health is under health education for the subject. There we go. Success. You've added the class. You can add another semester, another course. Back to the A through G matching. So that class, the Hartnell class, should now be in your A through G matching. There we go. Again, website super slow. And there you see it, Hartnell College, right there in the bottom. So you can see all your grades, 9th grade, and then college, and course shoot, and it's a G. Save and continue. There you see it. It is on as 2 years as a college prep, so you accept and save to continue. This is why you don't wait till the last minute. Look at how long it's taking for me to just load up one of the tabs. Frustrating. Here we go. So finally, what I wanted to show you, review and finalize. Once you've added your Hartnell class, you want to review it and finalize it, um, like you saw there. And this is how you do it. Let's continue. And these questions that you're answering as if a college. So these are all questions for Hartnell. Did you take any honors classes at Hartnell? So not high school. Those were all questions asked as if you were a Hartnell student. Okay. Ah, taking forever. Don't wait till the last minute. Okay. So once you make sure that each quadrant has a section, and once you review and finalize it, the Hartnell, see how it appears there as a G. So for example, English falls in the B category for the A through G. Make sure it has a B. And double check that all your classes are going in the right categories in all the A through G's. So now it updated, so it shows that I'm still missing a visual performing arts, but that's because I didn't put an art class. But when your guys' application is done, all those should be matching. And it won't let you submit until you finish the whole application and all the quadrants are green with the check mark. So some schools, for example, Cal Poly, has some extra questions that they want to ask you about the program. So if you go to the program details and then you select the tab over here, questions to the right, go ahead and answer those questions. It's only a couple questions. So if you had a job, how many hours a week you worked, if you're doing extracurricular activities, if you participated in anything like FFA and how many hours you did in that. If you were part of ASB, you select yes or no. Um, all the questions, it's about 5 questions. Make sure you answer them. And then it'll let you save and continue. Now, not all the schools have questions like that, Cal Poly, but Cal Poly is one of them. So make sure you answer those questions. And as you can see now, the program materials, it's a green, but I still need to finish my personal information and my academic history. I haven't done it all. What else? What else? That's pretty much it for Cal State Apply. If you have more questions, just go ahead and email your counselor or come by to one of our workshops. I think I covered pretty much over most of it or all of it. Thank you, Cowboys.